Guidance on distance learning. Note, this guidance is based on draft policy guidelines which are still being finalized and are subject to change. Guidance contained in this document will be superseded by official policy issuance. Distance learning refers to a learning delivery modality where a learner is given materials or access to resources and he/she undertakes self-directed study at home or in another venue. DO 21 S. 2019 pp. 96. Learners engage in independent learning at home or in any physical learning space applicable, by using learning materials that are accessible either online, stored on CD, DVD, USB flash drive, or in printed form, or by viewing TV lessons or listening to radio-based instruction while being geographically distant from the teacher. The teacher supervises and monitors the learner's progress and provides remediation and enhancement when needed and possible. Assistance may be provided by a learning facilitator who may be a parent or any member of the family, or a community stakeholder. Classes in available community learning spaces shall be organized to allow learners to consult with their subject teachers without traveling to their school. Schools shall provide schedules for all subject area teachers to meet the learners at least once a week so that learners can ask questions, clarify home tasks, and share learning difficulties, and other concerns about their home learning tasks. Parents, guardians or any responsible adults who are in charge of guiding and supporting the learner at home shall be encouraged to come to the community learning space to confer with the teachers about the learner's progress. Pursuant to DepEd Order 7, S. 2020 School Calendar and Activities for School Year 2020-2021, which authorizes the holding of Saturday classes due to the compressed school year, learners may continue working on unfinished tasks, if any, during Saturdays. Otherwise, teachers may suggest some enjoyable activities, such as designing their portfolio, reading for pleasure, etc. The four types of distance learning are 1. Modular distance learning refers to a learning delivery that is in the form of individualized instruction where learners use self-learning modules (SLMs) in print or digital format, whichever is applicable in the context of the learner, with the guidance of any member of the family or other stakeholder in the community trained to serve as learning facilitators. 2. Online distance learning refers to a learning delivery modality where the teacher facilitates learning and engages learners' active participation using various technologies connected to the Internet while they are geographically remote from each other. The Internet is used to facilitate learner-teacher, learner content and peer-to-peer interaction. Online learning may be through a synchronous or asynchronous platform. It requires both teacher and learners to have good and stable Internet connection. This is practiced effectively by using a learning management system (LMS) or related technologies. The use of DepEd Commons and LR Portal falls in this category as both require Internet connectivity to have access. 3. TV-based instruction. Radio-based instruction refers to the use of television or radio programs on channels or stations dedicated to providing learning content to learners as a form of distance education. This may not be considered as a sole learning delivery modality as it is usually combined with face-to-face learning or other forms of distance learning such as modular distance learning or online distance learning. 2-4. Blended distance learning, any combination of the above DL types. Thus, MDL and ODL, MDL and TVBI, RBI ODL and TVBI, RBI ODL, TVBI, RBI and MDL. 1. Modular distance learning (MDL). Learners shall be provided with the complete set of SLMs, as well as textbooks, learners' materials (LMs). The SLMs may be provided in print for those without devices at home. The SLMs in digital form such as electronic copy (e-copy) and PDF stored on a CD, DVD, USB flash drive, pen drive, or courseware to be uploaded in the DepEd portal, shall be provided to learners with a laptop, desktop computer or any available digital device. Learners may be provided copies of video lessons in a flash drive or CD. SLMs that are K-12 compliant are developed following the ADM Learning Resources Standards. The SLMs are designed to provide ample time for mastery and sufficient practice to ensure that the targeted most essential learning competencies (MELCs) are achieved. Clearly defined goals are attainable within the specific time frame by taking into consideration the learner's learning capacity based on his grade level. While flexibility in finishing each module is accorded to learners with respect to their learning needs, characteristics, and level of understanding, learners shall be provided with the suggested time frame to work on their assigned tasks. Monitoring of learner progress and setting a feedback mechanism shall be ensured to help learners meet the MELCs while seeing the connection of one lesson to the next to reinforce the coherence of the curriculum. Timely and appropriate monitoring and feedback for consultation and intervention purposes shall be put in place through various touchpoints such as text messaging, and audio-video calls, whichever is accessible to the learner. If possible and allowed, face-to-face interaction may be utilized for this purpose. Members of the family and other stakeholders within the community who are trained as learning facilitators shall be engaged to provide learners with instructional support as needed in the absence of a classroom teacher. 2. Online Distance Learning (ODL). A class adopting ODL shall follow the regular planning standards in the organization of classes set by the DepEd. It shall be applicable in schools where both the teachers and learners have access to digital devices, such as laptops, tablets, smartphones, and desktop computers, with available online resources and Internet connectivity. The learning resources to be used are, but not limited to, the following: SLMs for alternative delivery modes, ADM, textbooks, primer lessons, activity sheets, teacher-made videos and supplementary materials, and open educational resources, OERs. SLMs and primer lessons shall be converted into different digital forms such as interactive lessons or electronic books, e-books, and shall be available through the DepEd Learning Resources Portal, DepEd Commons and/or different DepEd-recognized learning management systems, DepEd Aid Memoir, 2019, such as Edmodo. This learning management system constitutes tools and resources to manage classrooms and engage students remotely, offering a variety of languages. Google Classroom. This helps classes connect remotely, communicate, and stay organized. Schoology. This comprises tools to support instruction, learning, grading, collaboration, and assessment. Where feasible, learners may also be provided with the printed copies of SLMs in consideration of the allowable screen time by key stage or power interruption. Schools may adopt a combination of both synchronous and asynchronous online teaching in consideration of the screen time guidelines by age as recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics (AAP) and World Health Organization (WHO), which is as follows: a Key Stage 1, K-3, at most, 1 hour daily for kindergarten and 1 hour to 1.5 hours. For grades 1 to 3B. Key Stage 2, grades 4 to 6, up to 2 hours C. Key Stage 3, grades 7 to 10, up to 2 hours for grades 7 to 8 and up to 4 hours for grades 9 to 10, 2 hours in the morning and the other 2 hours in the afternoon. D. Key Stage 4, grades 11 to 12, at most 4 hours, 2 hours in the morning and the other 2 hours in the afternoon. Online activities shall be balanced with locomotion, motor sensory, and audio tools which will support subjects concerning performing arts and clubs. Learners shall be provided with activity sheets and be given performance-based tasks to accomplish. Learning facilitators, household partners like parents, guardians or responsible adults at home supervise and monitor the screen time of the learners. The American Optometric Association recommends the 20-20-20 rule, where one needs to look away from the screen every 20 minutes and focus on an object at least 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. It is also recommended that children should walk away from the screen for at least 10 minutes every hour. Schools must ensure that learning facilitators are oriented on the recommended screen time, as well break time from the screen. Learners and parents shall be capacitated on the use of the Learning Management System (LMS), the DepEd Commons, and the LR Portal. Before the start of classes, it shall be ensured that schools, through their ICT coordinators and teachers with knowledge on managing LMS and navigating the DepEd Commons and the LR Portal, and through supervision of school officials, shall provide orientation for learners and parents on navigating these online platforms. Discussion of online security and protection, digital footprint, promotion of digital honesty, and parental guidance and supervision, are some of the topics that may also be included during the orientation. Schools may organize professional development activities to enhance teachers' understanding of and skills in the use of LMS. These PD activities may include LAC, coaching, and formal training which can be done with the aid of online platforms. Uploading documents, pre-recorded video lessons, and self-learning modules, typing discussion posts, navigating modules, and designing assessment in an online environment are some of the online learning tasks that some teachers may need orientation and coaching on. Online materials may be designed for collaborative tasks that will engage learners to work in real time. Online tools such as Google Docs, Google Slides, Nearpod, Padlet and the like may be used for virtual collaboration among peers. These tools are capable of giving feedback and comments, rating, and even posting grades or scores. Digital empathy is one of the important factors that should be observed in an online learning environment to foster cooperation and teamwork, hence, it should be part of the activity design prepared by the teacher. Schools shall determine the appropriateness of certain learning management systems in the delivery of instruction. Open-source LMS must be user-friendly to be able to execute a variety of functions that work together to provide a seamless experience for both teachers and learners. These functions include the capability to disseminate lessons in the simplest way possible for learners, assess learner competency, organize records of learner achievement, present assignments or enrichment activities, provide tools for communication between the teachers and learners, and facilitate learner collaboration. These can be through, but not limited to, the following videos. In a Grade 1 class, ask students to show and tell, e.g. describe their pet, while the parent video records him/her. Learners may also be asked to write and perform plays, create, and cook recipes, conduct interviews, among others, and submit these through video. Workbooks and drawing. Intentionally use workbooks and paper-based tasks instead of laptops to reduce learners' screen time. Learners may be asked to draw or write on a paper, take a picture of their completed work, and upload the photo to submit and share it with the class. Teachers are expected to give assignments and learning tasks. The quantity of online activities is not equivalent to quality. Tasks assigned to learners should include those that require them to get up and move away from the devices. Synchronous learning shall be conducted using live webinars, video conferencing, live chat or instant messaging. Conducting this using third-party tools is not encouraged because it might be difficult for learners to log in different platforms. Teachers are highly encouraged to use Google Meet to record a specific activity, especially for performance task-based outputs. Lessons shall be recorded for students who missed the lesson for viewing later. For the asynchronous online platform, LMS shall be utilized for self-paced learning. Asynchronous learning avoids the assumption that technology is readily available for learners when the teacher deems it as necessary or that learners are in an environment that is free of distraction at the allotted class meeting time. Learning materials may be posted online, and learners may work through them in their own time, collaborating asynchronously with other learners and with the teacher via online forum, email, and others. Synchronous learning shall be conducted within a limited period each day in order to conform with the screen time guidelines by age recommended by the AAP and WHO. Synchronous learning in each subject may be done at least once to a maximum of 3 times per week depending upon the age and grade level of the learners. Live classes in each subject may be conducted during their first meeting schedule for the week to set direction, explain the details of the lesson, and give instructions about the asynchronous learning tasks. Live classes during the following days, if any, may be devoted to giving feedback to learners and engaging them in live collaboration work. This helps build a community in the class, engages students, and makes the learning more interactive. The other days of the week will be for asynchronous learning. Teachers shall present lessons in more than one format within the learner's capacity. This is to address the diverse learning profile of learners when it comes to understanding and perceiving information. If teachers deliver lessons by text, they need to have a video or voice recording with it, too. Likewise, if they deliver lessons via webinar and teleconference, they are advised to have a text version ready as well. Including transcripts, slide decks, and other supplementary materials referenced in the lecture, either in real time or through uploading, shall help maintain learning equity for students with bandwidth challenges by giving them an opportunity to review materials that they are unable to stream on video. 3. TV-based instruction, radio-based instruction, TVBI, RBI, TV, RBI shall be implemented in areas with access to television networks or radio stations with programs dedicated to deliver the DepEd TV, radio-based lessons. TV and radio-based lessons utilized for these platforms are converted self-learning modules where the sequence of presentation is similar with what other learners use in online and modular distance learning. TV, RBI should be implemented when supplemented with learning activity sheets that serve as assessment tools to determine whether learners learned the concept presented in the TV or radio-based lessons. Materials for learning exercises, enrichment activities, and assessment may be provided in printed form. Schools shall provide the learners, as well as their parents, guardians, learning facilitators the broadcast schedule of lessons. Learners shall be directed to watch an educational TV program or listen to a radio program facilitated by DepEd. The duration of every lesson episode shall depend on the complexity and length of the modules based on the targeted learning competencies and the allowable airtime agreed upon by the DepEd and the TV radio station. Enhancement of understanding of key concepts and clarifications on possible areas of confusion in the lesson that was viewed, listened to shall be done during home visits by subject area teacher, learning facilitator wherever possible or through phone calls, SMS, among others. Guidance from parents, learning facilitators during viewing, listening time shall be required. 4. Blended distance learning (BDL) schools which adopt any combination of the above three types of distance learning must meet the requirements of each type. 6. Strategies for learners' engagement in all types of distance learning shall be utilized by teachers. It is advised that teachers check in often with students either by sending them instant messages or a bullet-pointed summary of what is expected of them, or by conducting a quick survey every week to monitor learners' difficulties and to see how they have been progressing in the lesson. These should serve as significant inputs for intervention strategies.